Hey, we got a dirty project today. We're working on the back end of the RV. We're putting in new rear wheel seals, new rear brakes on this RV. And this isn't just any RV. I'm Dedo. We're at Dedo Land. Welcome to the next Adventures with Dedo. There's something very unique about this RV, and we like to call them buses. And this was just that. It was one of the original buses for the Grammy Award-winning rock band Halestorm. How do I know about Halestorm? My son Josh is the bass player. Let's do a little tour. All right, first part of the tour is we gotta extend the slide outs. So welcome to the interior of Betty, or its full name, Bouncing Betty, which is what the band named it. And believe me, when it was fully loaded and towing a trailer full of merchandise and equipment, it was bouncing. Once this thing's fully open, it's about 400 square feet of living space, which is bigger than most New York City apartments. All right, this bus is now opened up fully, and it's been packed away for about a month. We had a trip down south to Florida in February, and we're getting ready to take it to Nashville in a week or so. So this is the first time it's been open. That's kind of why the beds aren't made and stuff isn't out. It's kind of in packed up mode. So the history of this bus is very interesting. When Halestorm released their first record, they went out and toured with this machine in, I want to say, 2010-ish area, 15 or so years ago. And they drove it around the country for 18 months, put 178,000 miles on it. And so it got quite used in a very short period of time. But what originally happened is they brought it to me and asked me to turn it from an RV into more of a tour bus. So I had to install enough bunks in here to sleep 10 or 11 people, because you had the 4 band members, you had the sound guy, the merchandise girl, the tour manager, and the driver. So we had to have room for everybody to sleep. And I'll explain that dynamic in a second. But I'll show you in the back here what we changed to accommodate all that. Nothing up front has changed since we got the bus, since they got the bus, and now it's still original. It's all the same condition, all the sofas, the kitchen, the tables, the seats up front, everything's in great condition. The band really did a good job keeping it in nice condition, and they had to live in here, so that was the reason. Let me show you in the back. So this is the master bedroom, and many RVs of this size have a very similar affair. A queen bed, there's usually some dressers there and some dressers here, and a TV and a mirror, that kind of stuff. In order to accommodate the band, what I had to do was remove all the beds, remove all the cabinetry, remove all the dressers, and then I had to put bunks on either side. So there were 3 bunks on this side, 2 bunks on that side. The band slept here in these bunks, and when the band was out performing, the driver would sleep in the bottom bunk. Then in this side, I removed the shower and the vanity and sink and medicine cabinet and put 3 bunks here. This was tour manager, merchandise person, and sound guy. Then out in this area, this sofa turns into a queen bed, and this turns into a futon, this sofa. So I had plenty of room to sleep for everybody. How I acquired the bus was a very interesting story. The band, during their second album, touring in this bus, got nominated for a Grammy for their song Love Bites. And then they won the Grammy and became a Grammy Award-winning rock outfit. And so good old Betty here got put away in a warehouse down in Florida, and they started touring in big Prevost tour buses. And to this day, that's how they do it. It sat in this warehouse and became difficult to sell because of the unusual configuration and the miles on it for the low years. So I purchased it from them and began to transform it back into an RV. And so for the last 12 years, I've owned it and have worked on it and transformed it back into a normal RV. And we go around in this, down to Florida, down to Nashville, down to Alabama. We pretty much travel wherever we want in this. And it's been really great and has a lot of fun. And that story makes it a very interesting machine. Every campground we go to, people ask us about it. We tell them that story and their minds are blown. All right, just a little advice moving on regarding RVing in general. People have asked me about getting into RVing, and my advice to you is if you know how to tinker, if you have some mechanical ability, then I advise getting into the bus. Otherwise, you're going to be spending an awful lot of time and hard-earned money at a dealership somewhere getting stuff fixed all the time, because the description of motorhoming and RVing is like taking your house, putting it on top of the car, driving it down the road and shaking the crap out of it. And so everything is always compromised and needing some sort of repair. They're a lot of work, but there's also a lot of fun with them. You get to go anywhere you want, anytime you want. You get to take 2 pets with you. You know who slept in your bed last night. Get to prepare your own foods if you like cooking. It's kind of fun. And then of course, with this particular bus, there's a lot of history involved in it. Going to the shows to see Halestorm in it and staying with them has been a lifetime of fun. So that's it for us and for Betty, Bouncing Betty as they called it. We're getting ready to go see them and things down in Nashville. And I want you to stay tuned, because what's coming up next as far as Dedo's world is maybe taking a look at some of the projects that we have with some of Dedo's toys. And I can tell you it's pretty badass.